All right, guys, so I'm gonna play this video first and then I'll reflect on it afterwards.
Good afternoon. An armed man who created some scary moments for people living on Albuquerque's west side is now in custody. Deputies say that suspect was armed and was filming homes, even shouting threats at one of them. News 13's Ben Schlittler spoke to neighbors where it happened. Ben joins us live from the Newsplex.
Well, investigators say surveillance video captured the suspect, Kenneth Bear, saying that he would, quote, take out whoever was at one particular home, and it's left some neighbors in the area on edge.
It was a tense evening in a usually calm northwest Albuquerque neighborhood Monday after a man showed up taking pictures of people's houses while carrying what deputies described as an assault rifle style weapon.
He was taking pictures of homes. We really didn't know what was in his intentions, and so we just started telling each other and our neighbors to be careful, to watch what's going on.
According to a criminal complaint, that man was later caught on security cameras saying violent obscenities outside of the home of an APD officer and BCSO employee, threatening to, quote, take out whoever was in the house. BCSO says that was 60-year-old Kenneth Bear, who was arrested last night.
Even more happy that they did catch him, and if you threaten people like that, especially a family with young kids, it's not acceptable.
Neighbors who didn't want to show their face on camera say it was a shock to the normally quiet community.
People love living here. You see people walking all over the place, alone, early in the morning, in the evenings, you know, with their pets or with their children.
Do you think people were scared walking this week?
Well, I know some of my family were.
The Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office stresses that the arrest was not because Bear was armed, but it was linked to his actions causing neighbors to fear for their safety. Something a neighbor we spoke with agrees on.
You know, he didn't do anything wrong with carrying those weapons, but how far was he going to go?
Bear is facing 3 charges, including aggravated assault, aggravated stalking, and harassment. His criminal history includes 3 convictions for DWI. Back to you.
All right, Ben, thank you. Bear is scheduled to face a Metro Court judge tomorrow afternoon for a first appearance.
AI can
So, down commercials. So anyways, what I want to, say regarding this, what we just saw, right? I believe possibly that this guy felt like this was his only reaction to get attention for something, right? People don't just randomly act like that unless, of course, you've been put to your limits. Is there a chance that this guy was a TI, a targeted individual, and he got put to his limits? And what that lady said about her and her family with kids and yada yada, well then, you know what? I don't think a family with kids should be engaged in gang stalking and fucking around with other people's lives like that. As they say, fuck around and find out. Perhaps this is what's going on here. I don't know the full story, but they suppress the truth every single time in the news. But for this guy to react this way, something had to compel him, right? People just don't do that on their own. But regardless, let it be known that this might be a prime example of somebody just reacting to the bullshit that they deal with on a daily basis. Clearly, he was dealing with something that inspired him to walk around equipped with weapons the way he was and yelling the things that he was. Chances are he's being targeted or harassed. But of course, the news never covers the opposite side of the story, right? Or the other end, about people who do the targeting or picking on their neighbors just to be assholes. You know what I'm saying? They only want to cover when the person reacts. That's it. They don't want to cover what led up to the person reacting that way, right? So let's get the whole truth news stories. You guys are completely biased. You don't chase the truth. In fact, you guys hinder and hide and suppress the truth. You news stations are complicit in allowing things like gang stalking to continually occur. And with that said, you got blood on your hands, news stations, especially for shunning away Myron May here in New Mexico, where he was from, or at least where he was living, residing. Anyways, let this go down again for posterity's sakes, and just be aware of what's going on around you.